As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Georgian College announcing today it is temporarily pausing operations at its South Georgian Bay campus in Collingwood this fall. Joining us now to dive into a little bit more of this decision is the school president, Kevin Weaver, CEO as well. Kevin, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Tough news, obviously, today. So we understand in this package that we ran at the top of the show, you're largely footing this at the feet of provincial and federal policies that have led you to this position. Extrapolate on that in terms of what needs to happen for this to be reversed.
Yeah, there's been a lot of impacts on certainly the federal policy side that has drastically decreased our enrollment, particularly for international students, and that's put a lot of financial pressure on us as an organization. And the systemic underfunding, frozen tuition, all those things start to compound, and so we're in a place as a college we have to make some tough financial decisions. So what has to be in place? Hopefully some positive policy changes, rebuilding our brand internationally as a country, a destination for post-secondary. And quite honestly, we need more sustainable funding for the sector.
Right, so you say that. How optimistic are you that's going to happen? Because you mentioned the federal policies, but there's provincial challenges that you've been facing as well throughout the Ford government's tenure, right? And now they've just been re-elected for another 4 years. So how optimistic are you that your concerns are being heard by government?
Well, we're certainly trying to get the message out, and we're sharing everything we can as openly as we can about the consequences of the underfunding and the impact it has. I'd like to be optimistic that we will see some funding come forward, but I also have to be a realist, and at the end of the day, we have to make some tough decisions to make sure we're there for our students now and into the future. And I hope we can work with our provincial government to find a path forward to sustainability.
You mentioned the tough decisions. This isn't even the first time in 2025 that you've been forced to make some tough calls in this front. What's the path forward to, right now it's a pause, what's the path forward to reversing this and bringing life back to Collingwood?
Yeah, so it's a pause until we work through a variety of things, and including, we're looking at a deficit budget in 25-26, and it only gets larger, the deficit, the following year. And so there's a multitude of things that will have to happen to allow us to get back to offering programming in Collingwood, and quite frankly, we have to review all our programming and services, and there's likely more tough decisions to come for us.
Are there any particular industries, before I let you go, that if this is reversed, that you'd be looking at targeting programs for in Collingwood?
Well, certainly what we've tried to do there is support social service worker, personal support worker. We had hospitality programming there, which was an innovative, novel program that we ran there in partnership with the resorts. And unfortunately, the international policy change just made that non-viable anymore. So, there's a few things we'd love to get back to, but there are, as you suggested, there's some larger systemic changes that truly need to happen for us to be able to manage through this as an organization.